Good morning, Europe, and hello, world. My name is Lieve Leysen, and this is the Ask Lieve live show from Antwerp in Belgium. We have a beautiful morning here, sunshine, open air, and I hope you have fantastic weather over there too today. This live show, started yesterday, and I'm here to help you to solve your problems, to meet your challenges faster. And I'm stumbling. I need some time to warm up, so bear with me. Anyway, if you are stuck, if you have no clue how to reach something that you want to reach, or you have no one to go to ask for advice or whatever, or if you don't see it yourself, ask your question here. And I will do everything I can to bring you the closest to where you want to be. Sometimes I might give you some direct advice, and sometimes I might point you into a direction. Okay. Today we are going to talk about feeling. I think it's something that's very actual for the moment. Let's see if I have something. Oh yes, at the end I have an important message. So watch until the end. I'm broadcasting from 8 till 8:30. And so just before we stop, I have an important message for the women here. Let's see, I have something else. Yes. What I wanted to tell you is that if you think from yourself that you don't have what it takes, that you are not good enough, that you will never reach what you would like to reach, or what you would love to do, or to have, or to be, you can do much more than you think. You are a beautiful being with an unbelievable potential, and you can reach anything you want. The only thing you need is to discover how and to do it. And that's what I'm here for, to help you to discover things that can inspire you, or that can help you to move forward faster. So today, I said we were going to talk about feelings. And in this time, in this pandemic, lots of people have not just feelings, because we all have always feelings, but lots of feelings who turn into very, very heavy emotions sometimes. And that gives you a lot of stress. And this morning, I had to think about this, because I went out for a ride with a bicycle, and I went to the park, and it was still early. So when you go out early in the morning, there is almost nobody in the streets. I'm living in the city, on the border of the city of Antwerp, and the park is in the center of the city. But when it's early, almost no one out there. And the big advantage is that when there is no one, it's easier to take notice of everything that there is around you. And I can really advise you to, and I want to encourage you to try it really consciously, to go outside regularly in the morning, if you have the opportunity, if you have the chance, because I know not always, not everywhere you have this chance. In some countries, people are not allowed to go out at moments when they want. They have certain hours. like one friend of mine. So, but when you have the chance to go out at a moment of the day that it's still quiet, try it, and try to go to a place where you have the biggest chance to see something from nature. Okay, no matter how small it is, just what for you the biggest possibility is and where you are now. And then just use just watch use your senses. Focus on your senses. Listen very carefully. I heard so many birds singing today, and it really warms my heart when I listen to that, even if I can't see them, because they are hidden most of the time. Sometimes you can see one. A few days ago, I saw one that I didn't see for many years. But you hear so many birds singing, whistling, and it's really such a joy. It's such a joy to be able to hear this without the noise of people talking in telephones, the noise of cars, or whatever. It's such a blessing. And especially if you can do this and walk like in a park where there are lots of trees and green, there you have the biggest chance, of course. You know that too. But I strongly recommend this. And that's for the hearing. But also watch what you can smell. You know, I have a pretty sensitive nose, and it reacts fast, like now. Reaction from cold to warm. And I smell everything, really everything. When I go outside, and certainly now in times like this, when I go into the park, I try to smell as many flowers and plants as possible. And when you smell natural flowers, you just expect that you will find them. You will find some. You just look well, use your eyes, use your nose, look carefully where you can find a color different from green, because that's what it usually is. You have white flowers, pink, purple, yellow. There are so many blue. There are so many colors. I found in the park the flowers that were put there, and the flowers that were put there by the city in the park: white, lilac, purple. What did I also see? Pink too. Also in the streets, I drove through a street which is bordered with these Japanese trees that are full of pink flowers, blossoms. Oh my God. It's you feel like a queen when you go through that street. It's unbelievable. It makes me so happy. But in the park for the flowers, so when you see different colors, when you find colors, go to that and just go and smell. There are flowers who have practically no smell at all, but there are several, especially in the city park. They try to put in things that have smell. There is in here they have flowers. Don't know what the English name is. I'm gonna look fast what the name is, but we have some flowers here. And I remember when I was small, we had them in the garden, and they are big like this. And usually it's white and purple. And they have an unbelievable smell, really unbelievable. My dad, he used to cut them off in springtime and gave them to my mother to put inside. And then the whole house was full of this smell, really unbelievable. And they have them in the park here. And but there are also, and I also found other flowers, small, white, and really they smell so good. And and you can start your day with colors and such an amazing and beautiful smells. You start your day with an amazing feeling. It's such a blessing. Let's see, what do I get for the flowers? The name? Oh, lilacs. Lilacs. That was the name. So yes, they're really such fantastic smelling flowers. Taste. Well, I don't know. There are eatable flowers, but I don't know them by heart. And in this park, I don't think they have eatable flowers. But I discovered some flowers that I had never seen before. It was a very strange tree and very, very peculiar. It has the flowers were not on the where you expect them usually. It was very. It's like it's a discovery journey too, and that's actually it's what I do every day, and what makes me so happy every day. So if you put on your discovery glasses, your world changes. Your world changes. You find so many things to feel happy about. So if there is just one thing I can recommend you, then it's just put on your discovery glasses every day and see everything like a discovery. And you will feel so much better, so much better. Now, when I was thinking about this talk this morning, I remembered something. I remembered a conversation with someone about feelings. I think it's more than a year or maybe 2 years ago. I was at a network event. I've been organizing the past few years small network events that were mostly for entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs. And one night I had a guest speaker. He was very good in what he did. At a certain point, he did an exercise with us. He used meditation, and afterwards we had a discussion about what we experienced during this meditation. And of course, I don't know if you ever meditated. In fact, it comes down to just sitting down with in a relaxed way, with your eyes closed, and just when thoughts come in, you let them pass by, and you don't engage in your thoughts. So it's like you could say, like, if you would watch a documentary, it's about the same, but in your head. So you are aware of thoughts that come into your head, but you let them come through and then go away. you don't do anything with that. So you avoid to participate in your thoughts. And when you are not used to do this in the beginning, it's a little bit hard. And there were several people who were talking about everything that came up in their head, and then what that did to them. And also the speaker, he said to me at the first certain moment, yes, he said, yes, but I have this feeling and this feeling. And then I said to him, but are you sure, is this an original feeling? Because what we feel is actually what we feel with our body, with our senses. That is what we feel. When we combine it with our thinking, they become often, not always, but often, and for the most of people, they become emotions. And you can also get emotions just from feeling in a natural way. But when we combine everything that we observe with our senses, when we combine that with rather negative questions to ourselves or negative thoughts, we create negative feelings and more negative emotions. And what happens when you do that? When you have this, how do you feel? You get like inside like this, or some people get headache or problem in the stomach, or this becomes tight. And most of the time we are not aware of this. We are not aware of the fact that we are doing this to ourselves. And that is what the man, when we were talking, he was surprised, because I said, that's not your original feeling. This is something that you created with what you were thinking. And that is how we do everything in our life, how we create everything. I mean, you can find so many people, especially American motivational speakers. There are also others, but I see them the most online, and I hope I will find more European as well. But there are so many people where you can find information about this, who are really specialists, really experts on that level, who can help you to change that and to learn how to do things differently. Because not every, but most of the negative feelings, the negative emotions that you get, are created by what you think, by what is going on here inside. So that is why it is so important to be very conscious about everything that you say and that you think. Because on top of doing that, hearing yourself saying things enforces that, it amplifies it. Doing it regularly, it amplifies it even more. And we are not aware of it. Even I know this, but it still happens to me sometimes. Not so often, but it still happens sometimes. And so the more you do those things, the more you amplify it, and the more this kind of stuff will happen in your life and you will attract it. So the key is to stop yourself, to become aware of what you are thinking. And it takes some time, but it's just a question of exercise. You just take a decision for yourself. As soon as you take a very crystal clear decision that you want to change this in your life, then you will manage. So you take the clear decision, and then you just do your best as much as possible. You give yourself completely, and you try every time when you are talking or thinking something negative, no matter if it's about yourself or about somebody else. It has a similar effect, but even worse if it's about somebody else, I think. And when you are aware of such a thought or something that you said, you correct yourself inside. For me, how I do it, so it's rare that I do it, but sometimes I catch myself of having not asking a question that brings up something negative, but saying something here inside that it's not really positive for myself. And then I just say, here, stop those thoughts. Stop that thought. Change that. And if you can already say stop to yourself, you become more aware. And the more you do that, the better it goes. And the more you will notice that things are changing for yourself. And it starts with small things. But eventually, the most important result is that you feel much more happy every day. I am happy every day. I feel so blessed. And I discover so many things. So I'm repeating, but they said, I heard that repetition is really, is the mother of moving forward, of power. So discover and focus on watch what you are thinking and what you are saying, and stop yourself when you notice that you were thinking something that was not so positive, but rather negative for yourself or for others. Let's see what is. Yeah, okay. We have a few minutes, about 6 minutes before we stop today. And earlier in the beginning of this talk, I said I had something special that a message for the women here. And it is for a specific group of women. You know, I am what they call a high school dropout. I left school when I was 16, 17. I had to go to work full time. It was not a personal choice, but it is what it is. And I have been looking the past so many months to find role models of women who were high school dropouts and who created a successful business. And I know that no matter if you have studied or not, no matter how far you are in your development, how far you are in your business or in your life, we all think at certain points that we are not good enough. And um, and that what we are doing is nothing and or means nothing. We all have that. At the same time, we also know that the higher you get, the more successful you become, the more attention you get. The other thing around is also true. The more attention you get, the faster you will get known and be successful. It sounds a little bit strange while I'm saying this because it comes up now, but it's true. And I was thinking, okay, you never hear about you hear about people like, for instance, Steve Jobs. He was a high school dropout. He was an unbelievable successful person. And he's known all over the world. He left a real, how do you call that again? A heritage? There was another word, a better word, I don't remember for the moment, but you know what I mean. And there are several men that you can find everywhere in the media who were high school dropouts and who accomplished amazing things. Now, there are also women who have done that, you know, and you find them a lot in among artists, especially actors and singers. Yeah, you find them a lot there. But for the rest, when it comes to business, there were very few, and I had to go very far to find them. So I thought by myself, let's create a platform where these women can become known for what they are doing, where these women become visible. And so I would like to challenge you. If you are such a woman, if you are a high school dropout and you built up a successful business, let me know your story. Let me know your story. I just came up with this idea yesterday. I didn't automate it yet. So the next days I will put something online, so that makes it easier for you to let me know your story. It will make it very easy. But if you want to share something already, you can share it in the chat below this video. Okay. Now, if you are, no matter what you do, who you are, what you have or have not, it doesn't matter. If you are looking for a solution for whatever in your life, and the most important thing that you are looking for, that gives you the most stress at this moment, put it in the chat box below. Ask your question, and I will do my very best to bring you the fastest, the closest to where you want to be. Or you get some direct advice, or I will point you in the direction to get there faster. Okay? So this is what I wanted to tell you today. Have an amazing day. remember that you are an unbelievable, beautiful being with an unbelievable potential, and you can reach anything you want. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Bye.